Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, June the 12th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It's not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, done with the disclosure. Excuse me for being just slightly distracted as I went through that. Got a trade I had to take care of on my side. All right. Crude. First trade. 9 o'clock. Yeah. Long is definitely not anything in that we're going to deal with. Short was a squeeze zone. This short is outside the squeeze zone. Makes target 1 for a one and done session. Don't need to do anything else there. YM is flat. Soybeans is in a early trade. Wait for something new there. It's gone way too far. Pound Aussie is in the long trade. That's just meandering about. It had just gotten close to money management. Pulling back. Unleaded. Target 1 traders are done. Getting done on the first trade. Target 2 traders pick up 1324 to 21.3, 6 ticks. Need another trade to get at least another one more trade to get to power quitting. That's where the micro Russell, that trade hit the entry and then the stop, so that trade is off the table. So we waited less than 2 minutes now to market open. Crude got 15 ticks to target plus a tick, 16 ticks on the 9 a.m. session. Not a big win, but a win nonetheless. Since that did complete, I'll go ahead and put unleaded up over top of that, so we can keep an eye on the micro Russell or micro NQ. Market just opened. Soybeans squirted higher. Wait for that. There's a long trade. That's before our start time on the micro NQ. We'll wait 4 minutes from the start. And that trade is off the table on micro NQ, getting to money management. So that will not be a get in sync. YM with a long trade that goes to a full stop. Micro Russell with a short. Needs to go down 2 ticks for a minimum of 14. 28.8. 29.8, excuse me. Market indices pushing now, pushing down off of where they were. Short trade on micro NQ still before our start time. And we take a full stop on the micro Russell short trade. Soybeans a pullback, but still in that trade. So we're still waiting. Long trade on the micro Russell. That was a bit too fast to catch, I believe. So we'll treat that as a get in sync. It's going to come back to us. Didn't quite get there. That time, I believe it did. Yep, we got to go up 1 tick. 35.5. And we have a long trade on the YM. After taking that full loss. Target 2 on this one because target 1 is less than 20. No trigger. It did, and 2 closes below the balance line, so the long cancels. Hit the stop, but that doesn't by itself cancel unless we close below the stop. Soybean stops out of its early trade. Second loss on micro Russell, and we now go back to short. We'll have to track this one manually. There's another long on the YM. Came to the entry. And there's a short. Short triggers in on the YM. Money management on the YM. That's a small trade, so we'll go to target 2. We'll move the stop down to break even. Two-tick move for our 14-tick minimum. 29.8 again. And the YM stops out for break even. Soybeans with a short trade. And we did come back up to the entry with the wick, so that is a valid trade. We should be in that trade. Micro NQ. That trade was too early. This one is not. This is a good trade. We've already gotten to target 1, so we're at least going to be break even on this one. And the micro Russell. Now, unless that trade was avoidable, that is his full loss. I don't think that was avoidable. I think it. So that's a losing session on micro Russell. Micro NQ is long. Pound Aussie back down to the entry again. YM is long. Target 3 this time. on the YM. All right. Since we do have a 10 a.m. mini session on crude, we'll let it over here over top of the micro Russell so we can see what crude is doing. And the YM stops out for another break even. Full loss and 2 break evens on the YM. Micro NQ still in the long. Crude going through money management, so that trade will be off the table for a 10 a.m. get in sync. Still long in the pound Aussie. And it's long on micro NQ. Making another run toward target 2. Soybeans testing 50 EMA. Need to push a tick through it to get target. Target at 1051. And bouncing off the 50 on soybeans. Micro NQ back to target 1. And pound Aussie still hanging around the entry. There is a short on the YM. This one's big enough to go target 1. 33 ticks. Soybeans back at the entry. Okay, soybeans projected the 200, now testing the 50 again. YM in the short, taking some heat. We did get target 2 finally on the micro NQ, so that is a win. Trade number 1. Pound Aussie still hanging around the entry. And no trades on unleaded. It's a little over 10 minutes to the 10 a.m. crude mini session. YM got close to the stop and coming down again. Soybeans still testing the 50. Oh no, we need 50 3/4 for target. Yeah, so we're 2 ticks away. Got within 1 at 51 flat. YM testing the moving averages. It seems to be finding support there. Target 1 on soybeans. It's worth 9 ticks, 2¼ points. Bring the stop down to 52¾ YM stops out, stops and reverses to long. So we have 2 wins, or 2 losses, 2 break evens, and now we're in a long for trade number 5. Not a nice day on the YM. $32 ticks to target. So that's certainly big enough. And Aussie taking some heat. Money management on the YM. Getting great. There's target. So we'll come to break even momentarily. Entry was 732, so we'll come to 733. Trade 5 gets us back something. Trade 4 was a 86 tick loss. We got 2 on trade 3, 2 on trade 2. We're at 82. Trade 1 was a 74. 156. I think that 152, 155, and in a short last trade. I am bouncing off the 50 again. All right, micro NQ. stops and reverses in positive, so we have a win and we go break even. So we have a win and a break even there. Well, that happened while I was watching something else. We have another successful long trade on crude while we wait for our 10 a.m. mini session. 3 minutes to go. Soybean stops out. So that's a one and done. Pick up 3 additional ticks. 1 tick times 3 positions. Gives us 3 points on the morning. Not anything huge. The YM stop and reverse exit at 53. And the YM is done. Difficult session on the YM this morning. Soybeans is done. YM is done. Micro Russell is done. Unleaded gas. Target 1 traders are done. Target 2 traders are +6. Needing another trade. Just a break even or a partial win. Not getting to target 2, so we need another trade. We need at least another money management and positive to get the power of quitting with the unleaded chart. Under 2 minutes to our crude mini session. One minute. And pound Aussie back to the entry again. Testing moving averages. They're all all 3 right together there. 50 and 20 slightly higher than the 200. Soybeans is done, so we're not going to participate in that long trade. Long trade setup on micro NQ. A little bit of a wick on this one. Not enough to move the target down to target 1, so we'll still have it be in target 2 on this. Crude continuing to climb. Pound Aussie is going more sideways. There is a long trade on crude. Almost didn't see that. Does trigger in. So crude is long, pound Aussie is long, and short on the micro NQ. Didn't see that trade. Definitely, we can definitely get in it. If the entry comes back down, if the price comes back down to the entry. No trigger on the long trade, so still one win, one break even. This one's taking some heat. And that's a loss on the micro NQ. Pound Aussie taking a little bit of heat. Long trade setup on micro NQ. Bang! That's got a pretty good wick on it. Let's see what target one is. Yeah, this is a target one move situation. New session high. Target is not. Hey, yeah, we missed target by one tick. Also means we missed money management by one tick. Set a new session high. Soybeans is not going to be telling us anything. Let's let it down here. See what we can find out. Micro Russell kind of sideways. Micro NQ and YM both pushing higher. Now pulling back a bit. Fruit coming down to test the 20 SMA. Unleaded still with no trade since that first trade right at the start of the session, right at just after 9 o'clock. I think we would get a short trade here on crude if we get a down close, but we didn't get a down close. We didn't get exhaustion dot, so a close below the balance line is going to give us a short because we do have an overbought reading on the histogram. $50 crossing over the 200, so that's actually good. That crossover is going to keep us out of the short. That'll filter the short out for at least the next 8 bars. For the next 8 bars. I am testing its 20 SMA. Not much going on. We did get target 2 on micro NQ, so that's win number 2 against a loss and a break evens. Fourth trade we're in. So target will move up to target 2, and of course we'll come to break even. So all 3 indices showing upward moves right now. That is good for our micro NQ trade. William and Micro Russell are done for the moment. They're done for today. Crude bounces off the 20 SMA a bit. One point away from target 2 on the micro NQ. One more little push. Unleaded picking up a long trade. And giving another chance at the entry. And pulling back. So Another push up on the YM and micro Russell. And looks like we got within three quarters of a point of target on the micro NQ. Going back now, we're going to have to get target 2 and halfway to target 3 before it starts trailing. But boy, when it starts trailing, that's going to pick up a big chunk. Come up above, looks like it'll come up above or right at target 1, which is over 30 points. This is a case where trading for profit certainly is on the table for this micro NQ trade. 3 ticks to a 200 tick target. I believe this is 50 tick over the 50 point target. Yeah, 55 and a half points to target 2, and we're within 3 ticks. And that's 222 ticks. We're within 3. So, yeah, I would trade for profit if it gets up there again. Actually, with that 1 point, when we got within 1 point, wouldn't have been a bad time to do it either. Not worth risking, over 50 points for those last 3 or 4 ticks. And unleaded, stopping and reversing into a short. Entry at 1447, so it'll be 1443. Use a 4 tick stop and reverse adjustment there. And we definitely triggered into the short. Very small loss. 1457 to 1443. 28 ticks. And we had 6 in hand, so we're down 22. That's easy to cover. Pound Aussie. Back to the entry again. This is our recurring nightmare from days past on soybeans. Back to the entry, back to the entry, back to the entry. So far, we're still in the long trade. Long on the Pound Aussie, long on the micro NQ, long on crude. So say if I get to 20, and there's target 2 on micro NQ, just as I start to say, be ready to trade for profit, it goes through the target. Next goal is target 3. 2 positions remaining, target 3 and trail. A little bit more for start trailing. $50 EMA is now risen up above our entry, so that's a good sign. Current stop is 870 and a half. Money management on unleaded. Target 1 doesn't mean anything. Target 1 traders are already done. So we come to 1442 for the stop. And target 2 is worth 35 ticks. So that'll get us positive by 13. And we stopped and reversed on crude also. 52. Small L. Yeesh. That's a small trade and just not major key level at 52, but it's just not enough in that trade to make a 5-tick adjustment here. So I'll take the 2-tick stop and reverse adjustment, and that will be enough at 52. Would be where I would have entered it. So that actually makes target 1 9 ticks. So our first actionable will be target 2 and target 3. So 42 will be our money management level. So a tick below target 1. All right, we go from 67.66 to 52. 14.28 on that also. Ooh, just missing target 2 on unleaded looks like. Target 2 was 14.12. And break-even stop, we got down to 14.13. Oh my goodness. So we pick up 2 ticks. Actually, if we were keeping our eye on it, that was a trade for profit situation. And that would have gotten us positive. So that will end the session on unleaded. Micro NQ trade is still long. Pound Aussie is still long. Crude is short. Stop on crude up at 67.71. Crude kind of going sideways at the moment. YM going into positive territory for the session. We're just going above the session open. Session high up is just a little bit further up, 913. All right. We have reached 1030. We'll see what crude does. If this is a stop out, that I'm going to call that a session. This is just the fourth trade on the micro NQ, but definitely a very positive session. Micro NQ at session highs. YM is 20 or 30 points below its session high. And I don't know where's the high. Micro Russell's got a little ways to go. unleaded with a long setup. We said that unleaded is done, we said. Stop and reverse on crude, 68. I would take the third trade on this one. Hasn't triggered yet. And we do stop and reverse long. It's like we're coming very close to money management very quickly. There it is. Target 1 is worth 11 ticks. Looks like we got it. Not a big trade, but at least mitigation of any losses we've taken. 11 and 19, so 30 ticks in the offering. So 28 on the first trade. And that was 52. To 68. Another 32. So down 60. Now this will cut our loss in half. And the micro NQ starts to push up again. So 69 is our stop. On crude. All right. let's see. And we're trailing on the micro NQ. That's a big jump. Almost to target 2. So that's almost 50 points. In fact, that's very close to 50 points. Given there are 2 positions still in play, it's a 100-point move. Yeah, back up to money management. Plus, did we get? Yeah, it looks like we got target 1 again. Looking for target 2, 67.85. Oh, wait a minute. This was a stop and reverse. Oh, no, we would have been target 2 and target 3, so we haven't got a target yet. We did just get money management, though. Money management would have been 78. So now we are correct, but we have not hit targets yet. $948.5. We get 947.5. It's trade for profit time. Even, I don't know, stops come up considerably now, so there's not nearly as much risk. Still over 40 points. Watching paint dry. All right, that stopped crude out. So we just get 2 ticks. Down 58 on the session. Green Q just 2 points away from target. Crude is done. Unleaded is done. Pound Aussie and Micro NQ. Pound Aussie's just been going sideways all morning. So if we resolve that one, fine. If not, so be it. In trade number 4, trying to get target 3. This is our final fixed target. $32 3/4, 55 1/2, 78 1/4, 111, 166 1/2. And we just got to 48 flat, so that would have been a trade for profit. Definitely within 2 ticks. Call it 165. 165 points. $330. And we still have the trailing position 2 points above target 2. 57 1/2 points. So we're going to be over 200 points. All right. Neither one of these 2 charts are moving very fast. So I am going to wrap it up for this week. Looks like Micro NQ coming to try again. Yeah, it got 48 1/4, so it pushed it up another quarter. One tick from target. I would definitely be out of this one, out of that position. Still be in the trailing position. We will call it a day. Back next week, regular sessions, 9:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Crude oil inventory report, Wednesday at 10:30. See you next week.